People often ask us, why do we bring you here? Isn't it enough to read about the Holocaust in books, to hear a survivor speak to your school, to watch an occasional movie? Isn't that sufficient? I think by now all of you know that it's not.
I was one of the youngsters that lived in the ghetto. In fact, just a couple of blocks away from here.
This is going to be the story that we heard from Max, the story that we heard from Sam, the story that we heard from Henry. Like, these are the stories that we're going to take with us when no one else can say them.
Any property that a Jew had was not his.
They lost everything. They were just called by a number.
My number is 67245.
Guys, this is the real thing. This is history taken out of the textbooks.
And it was hard and hardly any food. Hardly any food. People were dying by the hundreds.
It was so dramatic here, with the separation of the families, of the women and children. It's unbelievable what kind of a shock you get here when you stand here.
People have described the Warsaw Ghetto as hell on earth. This place is simply another planet.
So just look above you. This is all still here. The plumbing is still here. So when I told you this camp can be restarted in 36 hours, just look at this room.
There's no beautiful in here, no ugly, no rich, no poor, no conservative Jews, no Reform Jews, Orthodox Jews. It didn't matter. We're just Jews. We're human beings.
On every trip to this place, I go in there and I concentrate on some of the shoes. And if you see, they're from one end of the barracks to the end. And I somehow wonder, are these shoes of any of my relatives, my little brother, my mom, my aunts, my cousins?
So if there was any doubt that the world was supposed to be Judenrein, Black Wednesday was the proof. And understand, it was to be a perfect annihilation of the Jewish people. No one left. No one.
So don't let anyone ever tell you this place doesn't exist. Jews were never gassed. You know now firsthand. You saw it. You are now the witnesses of it.
Our grandparents, for hundreds of years, for dozens of generations, were willing to give their lives for Judaism. This experience is known as the March of the Living. Let's at least be willing to live for Judaism.
And then I turned and I looked at you all dancing and having so much fun. And I thought, you know what? That's what it's about. Yes, yes, be proud to be Jewish. That was an amazing, amazing moment.
No higher mitzvah is there than taking care of the dead and the cemeteries. No higher mitzvah. What you are doing today is very, very special. You're bringing Jewish life back to Tokochin.
There's no more of a powerful moment than watching Israeli flags leave Auschwitz and go through the gates. It's an incredible feeling and an incredible experience.
I came on the march because I was looking for a way to get closer to my Judaism. I thought that coming on the march, and I was 100% right, that there's no better way to feel connected to your Judaism. You know, all of us are here. I don't even speak half the language that these people speak. I don't know any of these people. I'm just meeting them for the first time. It's unbelievable.
We're marching to commemorate all the Jews that were perished in the Holocaust, and we're marching to prove that Hitler didn't win, and we're here and we're strong and we're surviving, and we always will.
We're on the March of the Living. Let me tell you one thing. This is one of the most amazing feelings in the world. You take one of those Israeli flags or wave it in the air, it's beautiful. It's absolutely amazing.
I think this is definitely the most memorable experience ever, and I will never forget this day. It's an amazing sight to see. Everybody's in blue and have Israeli flags, and it makes me feel very proud to be Jewish.
I just feel so lucky to be here, and I think it's an amazing experience to look around and see so many Jewish teens and so many Israeli flags, and realize that even though what happened 60 years ago, you look around and see that there is a thriving state of Israel, and see how successful the Jewish people are despite all the horrific events that have been thrown our way.
I've never felt more proud to be Jewish than I did today. Looking around and seeing all of the Jewish life around me and feeling so strong and so proud, it just made my heart feel warm, and to be around all of you guys was incredible.
The Shoah segment of our journey is ending. All of you have a sense, I think a better sense of this history, this terrible history that we endured this week. We understand the importance of the continuation of our people and the mission that we have in the world. What's that mission? It's up to each of you to begin to decide. Some of you know already, some of you are not sure. So, this is where we're going.
When Danielle and I were walking through Majdanek, we were just really sad, and we were on our way to the memorial, and all I said was, I want to go home. And I meant home to Florida, and then I realized I am going home, and I'm going to Israel. So we're really excited.
So we're on the plane right now on the way to Israel. I am beyond excited. I've never been. One of the main reasons I'm coming on this trip is to go to Israel, and I literally cannot wait. We'll be there in 2.5 hours, and it's amazing. And I can't wait to be here with survivors and all my friends I made on the march, and it's going to be incredible. So I'm really looking forward to it.
The blue bus is here to let you know one thing and one thing only. Welcome home!
We created a very special bond today, all right? We're so excited that we have the ability to come every year to visit with our friends in Kiryat Bialik. And we are very grateful for all of you welcoming us into your homes. We want to say Toda Rabah. And we want to say that when you come to America, there is a place called South Florida. It's called Boca Raton. And you're all welcome in our homes. Boca Raton, Miami area.
How was it?
Awesome!
I loved it. Oh my God, I floated, I levitated.
love of the Dead Sea would be an understatement.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever done, and I want to bring my whole family back to do it with me again.
What we try to do on our Mitzad HaChaim, on our March of the Living, is we try to give you a sense of the connections that we have from Poland to here to ancient Israeli history. We bring things together for you, and we hope that you'll be able to bring things together for yourselves.
And it really made me want to get more involved when I get home. I think overall this trip has been unbelievable. I think we're so fortunate in Poland to have the opportunity to be with survivors and to hear their stories. And then to come to Israel, again, a place where I've never been, to feel so welcome, to see, everyone around you is Jewish. And it's just, there's no other place like it. It's so unique.
This march was a lot more celebratory compared to the one in Auschwitz-Birkenau. Birkenau is more solemn, you saw the survivors crying when they entered the camps. But this was just a full-out party. Everyone was happy, singing together, and it was a really great time.
The march in Israel was really energetic and exciting, lots of fun. There was a real happy communal spirit. It was very different from the march in Poland, two totally different experiences, and it was really special.
Just being here on Menu Yehuda Street, you see everyone celebrating. It's so cool. So much fun. Oh my God.
It's going good. We're eating shawarma with falafel and great. It's amazing. Woo! And I'm eating falafel.
I guess I just want to say that I highly recommend this trip because it really is a life-changing experience. I'm really sad that it's over, and I can't recommend it highly enough. Just go and just experience it for yourself.
Alright, I think that every Jewish person should go on this trip because the Holocaust is part of our history, and I really understand now why my parents paid for Jewish education all my life.
I'm kind of lacking the words to say because this trip does something to you that can't really be explained with words. It's really something you have to go through. I was honestly really reluctant to go on this trip at first, but now I'm so happy that I did because I learned a lot.
This trip was a very meaningful experience. I think it's a necessary trip for all Jews to go on, and it reaffirmed my connection with Israel and with Jewish culture.
First of all, the march was incredible. It was the 2 weeks were just a life-changing experience. Whatever we did was interesting, was fun, was a lesson learned.
This was the most amazing trip I've ever been on in my life. I am finally so proud to be a Jew, and I feel so belong in the Jewish community, and I will always fight for the Jewish people no matter what.
These past 2 weeks have been unbelievable. Completely a roller coaster of emotions and completely worth every single tear. And I'm happy I did it, and I recommend it to anybody.
No words can describe how amazing this trip was. Going from Poland to Israel, it makes you appreciate our homeland that much more, and I'm so sad to be going back to America.
Everyone has to do it, and everyone has to send their children. And I don't care if they miss finals and proms and everything else as our kids did. Each one of them will say it was the most amazing experience of their life.
The March of the Living has been a life-changing experience. I've learned that after the March of the Living, I'm proud to be Jewish, and I've become so proud to be Jewish. I've learned from the survivors that came with us on the trip and the Israeli soldiers that we met that we struggled for so long to have Israel as a state, and I will defend our right for Israel to exist.